Hey guys, welcome back to another Swift tutorial, and in this tutorial I have a explanation on how to use segways. So it's just going to be explaining how to use segways, and we're not going to be covering custom segways in today's tutorial because those get quite complicated. We're just going to be covering the normal segways, and I'm just going to be showing you how you can have different transitions. So to activate a Segway, first of all, what we're going to do is create a new view controller. Just drag that in there. And to do a Segway, all you do is you drag that from here to here. And if you don't drag it from a button, so I'll create a button on this view controller. So you can either drag the Segway from the button to this, and that will mean you don't actually need to have an identifier. But if you just drag it from the view controller, then you need to have an identifier, and I usually just like to give it an identifier, like do it this way, because then you can actually do it through code. But to keep it simple, we're just going to be actually no, I'll explain how to do both. So if you just want a button, then it's very simple. You just drag the Segway from the button to the next view controller. You hold control and drag, and I'll just run this and show you how this works. So I click this button, the new Segway comes up, and that's quite easy. But if I drag it from the view controller, then I need to give an identifier to the Segway, so I will just call this Segway, and then we're going to create an IB action from this button. From this button we will create an action, button clicked, and I'll just delete this Segway. So let's run this now, and you should see nothing happens when we click the button. So to activate a Segway from code, all you do is you do perform Segway with identifier, and then whatever you called this Segway, we just called it Segway, so it will just be Segway and sender itself. And if we run this again, we should get the same result. Now I can start talking about different transitions. So we have quite a lot of transitions, but you don't actually set it on the Segway. You set it from the view controller. So you use transition style, and flip horizontal is another one where it just turns the entire thing around like this. And if you want it to be in full screen, you can just put it into full screen. So if I do this again with full screen on this time, it will flip like this. You also have cross dissolve, which is kind of just like merging, like it just sinks in. And finally you have partial color, which I'm not very familiar with this one, but I should probably give this view controller a different color so you can see it better. So if I just, oh yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, and another type of Segway, the final one, is if you have a navigation controller, then it will always do the same Segway, and you'll be able to just swipe back if you want to go backwards. So if we go through that, it's just like that, and then we can swipe back whenever we want. So yeah, that was how you use Segways in Swift. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the future tutorial. Bye!